Are you living in peace and harmony in your life? If not, stay tuned. This is Joe Cox Jr. with Life Made Simple. Our whole channel is dedicated to helping you understand how to live a life of peace, harmony, and happiness. If you don't have those three, then we're going to break it down and help you figure out where is it that I need the balance. I went to a therapist for probably about 15, 20 years. Went through 7 different therapists. It wasn't until the 7th therapist that really I found healing. And I haven't been to one since. Why? What was the difference about that 7th one? First, she called me into her office. I sat down and she listened to me. I remember her actually listening to me. And rather than, once the appointment was over, rather than just giving me a pill, she reached over, gave me a hug, and told me everything was going to be okay. She knew my heart was broken. She knew that the turmoil I'd been through. And when she did that, tears started coming from my eyes. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I still get chills about it when I talk about it because I realized then where the problem was. It wasn't in my mind. It wasn't in my body. It was in my spirit. It was in my soul. My soul had been broken over and over again, being raised in a narcissistic family. I had bitterness, anger. I had all these many problems. So what I needed to do is I had to go back and I had to do something that I've never done before, and I had to start forgiving people. I'm like, I'm the one that's been harmed, and I'm forgiving them. Is that really how forgiveness is supposed to work? Stay with me now here for a minute. So when somebody does something to you, they harm you, that is toxic. Just imagine this, toxic energy thrown at you. The question is, are you going to catch that toxic energy? Or are you going to kind of back up and let it go past you and just turn around and walk away? So what happens is when somebody does something and you catch it, then you've got that energy. It can go into what we call trapped emotions. So what happens now is you have these emotions that you're trying to deal with because you don't have sufficient self-love for yourself. People that have the self-love that you were giving at birth, they'll just always let that go by. They realize that that is their problem. Somebody throws some type of damage at me, I let it go by and I just continue my life. I don't even think about it anymore. But if I catch it, now I've got to figure out what to do with that energy. And now that I've got all these years of energy from being from a toxic family, I've got to figure out. It becomes trapped in me. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with it now. So the the first way to start getting rid of it, releasing it, is forgiving. So I went back and I started forgiving my parents, my mother, for telling me that she'd never be proud of me and she'd never love me, and just harmful, horrible things no child should ever hear. My father was never there. He was out drinking with his buddies, and as an adult, he betrayed me over and over again, and I finally just had to cut him out of my life. So I learned to move on. I learned to let it go. And this is the reason I started this channel, because I look at the world today, and if everybody understood, in order to heal the world, just heal yourself. If everybody just healed themselves, the world would be a beautiful place. Too many people are going out trying to change everybody else. If you're dating somebody and you're dating them because you love them and you want to change them, you might want to reconsider why you're dating them. You should never date somebody or marry somebody that needs to be fixed or that you see needs to be fixed. Only we can fix ourselves. I use the word fix, but we're really not broken. We're just out of balance. You're out of balance of mind, body, and spirit. Okay? So in order to be whole, to be a whole person, to have wholeness, we have 3 aspects: your mind, your body, and your spirit. Once you start working on those three, they have a tendency to come in harmony with one another. That's when you get to be whole. That's when you live in wholeness. And when you live in wholeness, the beautiful thing about wholeness is you make very clear, decisive decisions. You know who to marry, you know who to date, you know when to do certain things. Your awareness goes straight up, your consciousness level. This is where it all comes from. When you forgive, you raise your consciousness level. A lot of people out here have low consciousness is like the hatred, the blame, the guilt. All that is just very toxic energy. What you want to do though, with like kindness, you want to go and spread your kindness. Did you know when you spread kindness, it benefits both parties? That's like love. When you have true love for somebody, even if they harm you, I'll give you an example before I get too off on another tangent here. When you love somebody, even if you say, you know what, I can't have you in my life. This is sometimes called tough love with your children. I love you, but I cannot tolerate this type of behavior in my life, and I will not tolerate it. So what you want to do, you want to make sure that you have the right people in your life, and you have a structure, and we're all on board. I have a family now that my wife is amazing, my stepkids are amazing, and we just all live in harmony. Just became a grandfather, and I just absolutely adore that baby. Um, I never had any children of my own biological because I knew that I was too messed up, if you will. I was too off balance. I didn't feel like I could be a good father. Looking back, I probably would have because I tried to overcompensate for anything I didn't have. But I didn't have children because I really wasn't with the right person. Now that I'm married to my soulmate, many years have passed. I'll be approaching 60 before long. But you know, this is the time now. I've got to pass my wisdom on to the next generation and help you guys find your balance in life. I want you to have an amazing life. I want you to thrive in life. And making the right decision for every decision, you have an internal guidance system that will guide you once you understand how it works. We're going to go through that on a different video, but it's basically you have the ability through your intuition and through other ways to where you are connected to your higher self, where life is really simple. And that's what my goal is with this channel, is using my past wisdom from all the things I've learned and showing you how your life can be very simple once you understand it. I'm going to end for now, but know that I do these videos with love and peace and harmony. I do this from my heart to yours. And please, when you hear something and you say, yeah, I'm really applying that to my life, or it's made a change, leave a comment. Or if you have a something question that you have that you want to ask me, leave it in the comments below. I'll try to address and respond to every single person. But just know that when we live from our heart in love, peace, and harmony, life is so much better. But we've got to get rid of all that toxic energy that everybody's flung at us through the years. You're amazing and you're loved. From my heart to yours. Subscribe, like and subscribe if you feel like I've earned it. And I wish you blessings. Good day.